Okay. Good night, good evening, whatever it is where you are. It's weird saying good night when you are greeting someone at night opposed to them about to go to bed. That's kind of weird. But hey y'all, let's say that. Okay, so I actually thought that I was just gonna get on here and talk about one thing. But I just seen something that I think is dope. The NCAA and the Power Five has agreed to pay players, so we're going to get into that a little later. I think I'll read up on it during the stream. That's dope. Uh, but yesterday we talked about a list, and today I saw this list. I saw number one, and I was like, I'm not mad at number one. And so yesterday, when someone could have perceived, they could have looked at it as if I was hating on Kendrick Lamar. I want to come back and double back and give him some love. So let's talk about this list. And this is a Spotify list. This list does not look as good as the Apple list, but hey, it is what it is. I'm not mad about them. I actually podcast through Spotify, so yeah, we're not mad at them at all. So let me get. Hold on, let's read that. What's going on here? Okay. So I'm gonna let you know right now. I am not. I'm from hip hop. I don't listen to a lot of hip hop though. I listen. I'm old. I listen to the people that I listen to. So when they drop an album, I listen to it. I, for the most part, listen to, and even who I listen to dwindles down as I get older. Like I don't listen to Drake anymore. Um, but I listen to Kendrick. I listen to Cole. Let me send something out real quick. Doubt that doubt that he bite on that, but send out a little invitation real quick. But yeah, I don't listen to a lot of music. Let's see. I want to get it how I had it yesterday. Boom, there we go. Let's get it like that. Okay, let's go through this list. I really only care about the bottom of the list. Really the top 10, but you know, we gotta scroll through to get there. So if I see something, I'll say something. FBT. Man, I'm missing it. Let's see. Freddie Gibbs, I like him as an artist. He's a good artist. Never heard. Oh, no, I did hear this song. That was a crazy song. I did like this song. I got time today. Let's see. I like Flo Millie. She can rap. And I didn't know that she was from my area. Well, not my area, but if I'm not mistaken, let me see something real quick. I think Flo Millie is from Mobile. American rapper. Yep, from Mobile, Alabama. 24 years old, born in 2000. Hmm. Yeah, but she can really rap. I don't listen to much of her, but I've just, you hear stuff in passing sometimes, and she can really rap. Uh, Down in the DM is 89. That was a big song that came out. 89, that's crazy. Chun Li. Hmm. last time I checked. I just thought about it. We talking about getting rid of Diddy, and I thought about something. One of my favorite Nipsey songs is is a song that has Puff on it, just talking. And I'm like, man, I got to part ways from that. Y'all he doing is just talking on that. So yeah, uh, definitely his music. I'll get rid of it quick, fast, and in a hurry. I remember this being a big song back in Blood. That was a big song. Young M.A. Ooh was a big song. And the reason why I'm saying that these songs, like it shows you if it's a big song to me if it reaches me and I don't listen to music like that. So I most definitely would never knock his cultural impact. Um, because I ain't gonna lie, a lot of this junk I ain't heard now. Migos t-shirts, I've heard that. And hey, you can especially where I live in the South, it's hard to escape Future. So I've definitely heard that song. Definitely heard this song. That's all that stuff kind of seemed like it's high up here. Like, so we'll see what's below it, but it seems like it's high up here. What did you say? Fun fact: Drip Too Hard, Lil Baby and Gunna joined Outkast as the only rap groups in Atlanta to receive diamond certification. Oh wow, that's crazy. And to think they probably will never do music together again. That's crazy. Diamond. And Atlanta has been running things for like the last, like since the early 2000s, and that's the second time that a rap duo has. Okay, Jimmy Cooks, nice song. King's Dead. Mm. Look Alive. That's supposed to be on here. I did hear that song too. First day out, I heard that. I heard this song. Um, just ignorant. Didn't hear that. Just wanna rock. I heard that. Shoot, you could not escape that. Superheroes, heroes and villains heard that. I heard that. This stuff is supposed. You couldn't escape this song. Also, wait for you. That's we consider that hip hop. That ain't really necessarily hip hop. I mean, it's two hip hop artists, I suppose, but it's not necessarily hip hop. Jumpman, nah, that should be up there. That high up there, Jumpman, like that ain't even supposed to be above this one. But hey, it is what it is. That was on under Cash Money Records. That's what I would have thought that it would have been Cash Money and Epic. But hey, it is what it is. You know what? Let me take a break for a second from this and talk about something real quick. I want to, and I know that he's not going to watch this video, but I want to do something that not a lot of people do. I want to take the time out to say thank you for someone that I consider to be a troll. And he's not always trolling me, but it's just he always comes on my statuses and opposes me. And I just want to let people know sometimes the person that the world would consider to be your enemy will be your biggest supporter in a non direct way. And I say that just to say that this is a guy that is constantly opposing me, opposing people on my statuses and things that nature. But the thing about it is that he triggers a lot of the algorithm because for years I've tried to indirectly. I'm not one of the people that's just gonna ask for stuff. It bothers me. I'm one of the people that I want you to do it of your own free will. So if you see me, support me because if I see you, I'm gonna support you. So that's just how I am. So I'm not gonna ask. It's weird for me to ask people for likes. It's weird for me to ask people to comment. It's weird for me to ask people to share and subscribe and all of that stuff that if you just watch one YouTube video, you're gonna hear it a million and more times. It's difficult for me to do that. I just rather it happen organically, but that's not the case. But when it comes to what's my guy name? I don't know why I'm forgetting his name, but he actually opposed me today, and and I tried to spare him. I tried to spare him. Where was it? I just want to call his name out. I'm sorry. I know it's gonna take a moment, but I don't think nobody watching anyway, so I'm just doing this really for me. Um, because I'm working on some stuff right now. I'm just trying to get better, and I'm trying to get in the habit of doing stuff. But yeah, so this is what it is. Stefan, me and him done had a lot of back and forths. Uh, but yeah, I posted a status earlier. Someone posted and said that Taylor Swift surpasses Michael Jackson in U.S. album sales. And I turn around and say, no, she didn't. And I didn't even have to research it. Like, that's just one of those things where I'm not even about to attempt to research that. I don't think people recognize just who Michael Jackson was. Just go look and see what Thriller did. Like, Thriller was crazy. I just talked about yesterday, and I kind of want to get back on some of that stuff. I just talked about yesterday about the miseducation of Lauren Hill being above Thriller on that Apple list. I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Anybody that can say that just does not recognize. You need to go watch a documentary. You need to go do something and recognize exactly who Michael Jackson was. Like, it's a million and one thriller documentaries out there, but you can just easily, I think last year was the 40th anniversary of Thriller. You can easily go watch the one that they did for Thriller 40. And it'll make you realize just who he was in that moment. Like, we don't have celebrities. We don't have famous people like that. I really think that the apex of famous was like the 80s and the 90s. And I don't even like I don't I don't consider people to be famous like that. I look at them like they're just a man or a woman, just like I'm human. So I don't look too far into people like that. But what I will say is that I can imagine that it was very uncomfortable being Michael Jackson before we had social media, before you could look on social media and see where someone is, before we had the internet. People knew where this man was gonna be at and lined up in droves. Like people died at this man country at his concerts just out of sheer excitement. Do I agree with that? No, because that's putting somebody on a pedestal that they should not be. But I'm just saying, from the outside looking in, I don't think people recognize who Michael Jackson was and the numbers that Thriller did. So I didn't, like I said, I didn't have to research this, but just to get back to what I said, and for anybody that may be new joining us, just to reiterate, Taylor Swift surpasses Michael Jackson in U.S. album sales. I posted this to respond to it and said, no, she didn't. Mike was out here selling hard copies. Don't attempt to compare when you don't know the gray area. Y'all try to compare her numbers. And Drake tries to compare his achievements, but nah, Mike Jack was different. You gotta add Taylor, Drake, and Beyonce. You really gotta add Taylor, Drake, and Beyonce in order to really come close to Michael. So I said that, and then my boy got him there, per usual. But I think I beat him this time because he ain't come back and say nothing back. And so he said, look at the numbers. Look, the numbers are the numbers. It is what it is. I said, I normally would engage with you, but you don't know what you're talking about. You should do some research. He said, you weren't disagreeing with me. You're disagreeing with the professionals that keep track of album sales, car wash. I don't know. I don't think you meant to say that. You know, the ones that keep the records of the stuff to do it professionally. And I kind of felt a little disrespect there because, I know I know a thing or two about music and the music industry. I previously been an artist, so I'm not sitting up here saying that I know any and everything, but I know more than the average individual. And what I know about is streaming. So for Buddy to oppose me in talking about that, I said, okay, I'll do it for you. Taylor has sold 46.6 million actual albums in the US. Michael has sold 89 million. The gray area that I referred to above accounts for streams. Every 1,500 streams equal one album sale, but an artist only receives between, and this is the crazy thing about artistry that people do not tell you. But yeah, for a stream, you get either less than a penny up to 2 pennies per stream. So I want you to think about that. Per stream, you get less than a penny up to. So let's do some math. And I'm not a math guy, but let's just do some math. 1,500 streams in order to get 1,500 streams in order to get an album sale, in order to count for an album sale. So this simple stuff, but I'm gonna pull out the calculator just so that we can be crystal clear. 1,500 streams. So 1,500 and the max is 2. And I think that's title A is 2 cents per stream. So I just want to show you. I don't want to say it. I want you to look at that. So if someone streams something 1,500 times, you get $30. $30. And that's what accounts for an album sale. Opposed to if you actually move a physical unit and you're not fluffing it by those numbers. Because the thing is that people are paying subscriptions, so you got to pay down a piece of the pie. And Apple got to get their cut. Spotify got to get their cut. They just get a big cut. And you got a million artists out there. And that's why Taylor fights for streaming rights. And she don't really have to do that. She can just go in the office and cut a different type of deal with these people and get more simply because she's Taylor Swift. She's one of the big people out there, one of the big artists out there. So I just want people to recognize the difference in between a hard copy and a stream. So there's a clear gray area. I think I already said that. And I'm speaking from the vantage of a person that knows. Taylor knows there's a difference. That's why she advocates. I already said that, but anyway, I just want to say that I'm thankful for Dude because we have discourse like this all the time, and I consider him to be wrong all the time. But regardless if he's wrong or right, he is in the comments opposing me, and that's a comment. So that leads, that literally leads to possible money. Now you don't get paid like Facebook and stuff like that. Facebook and all the other things is just like a stream. You don't get like just personally. I recently got all of the metrics that you hit. Oh wow,
bruh. Thank you. Isaiah was in here playing with my board and had it he hit the voice disguise thing because I can change my voice. Man, I've been in here this whole time and people done got in here and left out. They probably got in here and left out because I got the crazy voice. That's crazy. Dang. Like, I feel like I just been talking for nothing now. But yeah, I was talking about with Facebook. I recently, when you hit these different metrics, you unlock certain things. So when you get like, for example, when you unlock 5,000, when you get 5,000 followers, you can apply for ads on your live streams. Now, that doesn't account for much, but then you got bonuses and stuff that you can hit. You know, it's five things that you can get. But the one thing that I wanted the most was ads on Reels, because I have reels that have done over 1 million. And I'm like, oh, if I get them ads, I'm sitting back and I'm thinking that it's gonna be incredible. Bro, I done made all of $9. I really feel like I need to just like restart this whole live stream over, because ain't nobody finna put up here and there. But I'm so thankful that you jumped in and said that. But back to what I said, real supporters. This whole conversation that I was having in here, James, is about one of my trolls, and I love my troll because he be in the comments, literally arguing with people, and and I ain't gonna lie, he say some of the dumbest stuff, some of the dumbest stuff, but the dumbest stuff sparks discourse. And for people to actually go back and forth with him, I done went back and forth with him on many of days and nights. And it triggers as a comment, 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 like, shares. All of these things trigger the algorithm. And when you trigger the algorithm, it allows the content to go further. So a lot of times, and right now I happen to have my boy in here, James. Literally, there have been times where I see that he dropped something. I may not even watch it because I'm not in a position to watch it at the time. But I'm going to immediately click share on it, because I understand what digital support means. Like when people are begging for your likes, when people are begging for your shares and your comment, and you can't watch a YouTube video without them saying subscribe, like, comment, because it's important. That's what triggers the algorithm. That's what gets them paid. So, man, I'm thankful for my little troll, man. Stefan, I appreciate you. Continue to be one of them comment warriors down there. And it seemed it seemed like it's certain the post that brought him around was me talking about Candace Owens. And it went from him just always popping up anytime I talked about Candace Owens. It's like he was the leader of the Candace Owens uh fan club, but now he just pop up on everything, and not everything, but a lot of stuff. And I'm thankful for it, because it's kind of like what people say, all press is good press. Like the people that you don't expect to really be in there and contributing are contributing. So let's get back to which computer I'm on. Let's get back to this list. So I really want to just get down to the bottom of the list, but we at 40, so I love this. 39, this is supposed to be this is Spotify list, top 100 songs of the streaming era. So that Golden Crew, yeah, that was a big song. Uh this song right here is funny after the beef. Like Kendrick been begging for beef for a long time. Let's see here. We're gonna keep going. Wick Flat Drip, Middle Child, Ultra Light Beam. I love that song. Back to Back. That's crazy that this song is up there. I'm curious to see if any Kendrick this songs landed on this. DNA, that's one of my favorite Kendrick songs. Black Beatles, that was an incredible and big song. I love this song. This is one of my favorite songs of all time. Going Bad was a big song. Trap Queen was a big song. I hate to say it, but that was a big song. Unforgettable, very big. Never heard that. Never heard that. One of my favorite Kendrick songs. Uh, that's a great, yeah, that's a really good Kanye song. Roddy Rich is high up there, but that was a big song. Goosebumps, big song. Mad Soft didn't crack the top 10. Okay, Juice WRLD, Lucid Dreams. That was a big song. I remember that. Pop some more Pop Smoke. I don't know why I can't talk. David, you love Candace Owens? You finna throw me off on a tangent. Why do you love? Talk to me. Tell me why you love Candace Owens. Sheck West, Mo Bamba. That was a big song, but I don't think he ever came back around. I think that was a one hit wonder. That Sicko Mode, incredibly big song. Migos, Bad and Bougie. You gotta lift up Bad and Bougie. That was a big song. March Madness, definitely supposed to be that. So I guess I can see why Masked Off got put out of there. So, but tell me why. Like, do you love who she has been within this year, or do you love her dating back to years prior? Because there's a difference. There's a total difference. Within the last year, well, not even the last year, more like the last 6 months, she has been targeting black people and changing her rhetoric because she found out that she was not as white as she thought she was when the Jays got on her. After that, she started to get back on code. But I don't know. I mean, at least you admit that. Um, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that I'm as forgiven. I'm not. I forgive people, but what I'm saying is, as far as her, I don't think that that's truly who she is. I mean, I think that she gets paid for content. I think that she made an error, and now, like a lot of people, like Kanye, one of the people that she likes, when Kanye makes an error out trying to get acceptance from people outside of us, he always comes back to us. And I feel like this is what she's doing. So yeah, she says a lot of stuff that is right, but at the same time, I don't think that we should get blinded by the fact that she's saying something right. Up, I think that we should be very mindful of the things that she has said and done. Um, and there's some things that she's gonna have to address before we just allow her in with open arms. But hey, if you like her, you like her. Um, Like I said, Buddy likes her. I can't knock anybody for liking who they like. I just, when it comes to Candace, I want for black people to recognize that I think that she has an ulterior motive. And with that, just be careful because she talks a really good talk. And there's a lot of people out there, they talk a really good talk. But you gotta understand the manners in which she is caught lying. Like one of the things that she said, I think in the Joe Budden interview, she was like, "If I was a Democrat, I could make all the money. I can make so much money," and that's a lie. A black person could actually make more money being a Republican. If you like, when it comes to me, I don't, and I just wanted to be very, very clear. I am not a Republican. I am not a Democrat. I think that it's two sides of the same bird. You got the right wing and the left wing. Last I checked, my right arm, my left arm, they still attached to me. I think that these people are the same. I think that these people are on the hill getting along, but they act as if they don't because they want to keep us at odds. Because if we come together, then we get to asking some of the real questions, and then we gonna get a lot of them off that hill. So when it comes to that, I'm not here to argue Democrat or Republican. But what I do know is that black people are naturally Republicans. This is some of the reason that the current president, Biden, is able to look at black people and say that if you don't vote for me, you not black. Because that's a black mentality. He knows in that regard that that has been passed down from generations since there was that party flip. So, with that being the case, like if you just listen to her, you can tell that she's a very intelligent woman. And so, when I know that she's intelligent and I know the things that she says, I'm like, that don't add up. So, that's fake to me because you know darn well you can make more money as a Republican. um what's the word I want to say? I don't want to say a spokesman. When you allow yourself to be used by the Republican Party as a black face, you can make more money if you're spewing that rhetoric than if you're a Democrat. That just is what it is. I've thought about it before. I was like, boy, if I really get out here and get to talking some of that Democrat, not the Democrat, some of that Republican stuff. But I don't have a price. I can't be bought in that regard. So well, no, I ain't gonna say I ain't got no price, but it's an incredibly high price, and I might not do what you want me to do. So you got to be willing to talk on my terms, and I don't think we gonna meet. But yeah, hey, I get on there and I ain't gonna no, I can't say that word, but never mind. Anywho, but yeah, I'm not knocking you for liking her. If you like her, then let me get back to what you said though. Of course, I agree. I'm not blinded. We can use her in certain ways. I If we have forgiven and accepted our own who kill each other and throw under the bus, we can and should forgive her. But I I feel you to an extent. Oh, I guess I should have left that up there a little bit. I feel you to an extent, but I don't. That's not the mentality that I take uh concerning the black community. When it comes to us, I feel like we need to hold us accountable, and we shouldn't just allow us to get away with certain things just because of the color of our skin. We need to hold us truly accountable. So when it comes to like, I'll just say like this, like um months ago, when it was just allegations, when the lawsuit came out with Cassie against Diddy, I said immediately, get Diddy out of here. Diddy needs to be gone. Hip hop needs to come together and kick him out of the club. I said this before it was cool to say this. And that's one of those things. And as far as like with R. Kelly, like I was one of the big I've been advocating to get rid of R. Kelly for at least 15 years. You can ask my friends. I literally had a friend call me just to bother me yesterday and said nothing but free R. Kelly and hung up because he knows who I have been in this regard for the better part of 2 decades. So I am of the belief that if we have a problem within our community, that we need to handle that. We shouldn't just. I'm not one of the people that just who now I will shed light on it at times because I do think that it's important for people to handle stuff that happens outside. But I'm not one of those people that's gonna say that we need to let this person make it because there are white counterparts out there that get a slap on the wrist or a slap on the back or whatever the case is when they do commit the same crime. Because you got people out there that say, "Oh well, those guys over at Nickelodeon only got like 3 4 months, so Diddy should get the same treatment." No, Diddy should be out of here. Like, I don't at this point in time, I don't care what happens to Diddy. Well, I take that back. I do care. I don't want the man to die. What I'm saying as far as like him being called in front of a court of law and punished. I mean, whatever happens, because at the same, we need to be held accountable, and we need to be willing to be held accountable. So, um, I'm not saying that I forgive people, but the thing is that I do want to know that it's genuine. I want to know that it's genuine, and I rock with this. I know that you were saying that in regards to me saying that I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat. That's dope. I am for who is in our best interest, but 9 times out of 10, people ain't in our best interest. But anywho, um, so yeah, let me get down to the bottom of this. Madness, EXO to Life. I've heard that song too. Guys playing big song, really big song. Cardi B, Bodak Yellow. I wanted to. I actually wanted to talk about Cardi B. I have been trying. I have been trying. If somebody knows though how to make those little memes where it's four squares and the first square starts off as one person and it starts shifting into another person, I have been wanting to do that with Cardi B. Uh, and it's funny because this links back to yesterday's conversation also. Um, Cardi B is the new Lauren Hill. I'm gonna let you sit with that for a minute because people probably gonna hear me say that and say, "Oh yeah, you tripping." Like I need to know how you gonna connect this and make this all right. And I'm gonna tell you, not in the content of songs. She can when it comes to the content of her music, she could not be the furthest thing from Lauren Hill. But in terms of living going a whole career, going years off the strength of one album. Like when I saw that not too long ago, Cardi B say that she not putting out music this year. I immediately want to know just how much money did she make off of invasion of privacy, and how much money is she continuing to make off of invasion of privacy. And this is also one of the reasons why I think that we should gatekeep hip hop a little bit more. Uh Here lately, you've had so many people say that Drake is a culture vulture. But what I do know of Drake is that he has, even if he is a culture vulture, even if Drake is a industry plant, regardless of what you think about Drake, I know that Drake has put the time in knowing hip hop, and that even if he's playing a character within the confines of hip hop, he's done the work to know exactly what hip hop is. But Cardi B is of this new crop, and it's basically where you have social media influencers that put an album out and use that as a stepping stone for what's next. So apparently Cardi B is making just she's doing just fine not making music. Therefore, she has not I mean, I'm not going to say that she's not going back to the studio, but you would just assume that I'm pretty sure this album came out 2017, 2018. Came out the same year as Victory Lap, because I said that she shouldn't have won the Grammy over Victory Lap. But when I said that, this is what I'm talking about. Like, so we know that she uses writers, and we know that she uses writers, and we know that makes it a lot easier to make songs. That makes it a lot easier to make music. That makes it a lot easier to complete music. And let me tell you something also. So if you don't know something about the industry, if you are of a certain caliber of an artist, you can get a hit. Someone will give you a hit Only thing you got to do is fill in the blank, the verses. They will give you a hit. You can go and buy a hit. This is one of the things in which when the Drake and Kendrick beef was going on, I'm like, who all did Drake make mad within the industry, and why can't he get his hand on a hit? Because Drake was fighting a war on multiple fronts. Like you got to actually deal with all the people that's attacking you. You got to deal with the big person that's attacking you, and you got to deal with like that. So I'm like, where's your hit? Like that's what I was telling people. He need a song where he rapping, and he need a hit. And the hit still ain't came yet. So it just made me think like, if you can't get your hands on a hit, like who all did you make mad? So I say this to Cardi. If it's been 6 years and you can literally buy a hit, why is it that you have not put out your sophomore album? Because I'm gonna tell you what she run the risk, and I hate to even say this because this is supposed to be one I'm showing love to Kendrick, and I am going to once I get past this. It's just I didn't even expect to go here, but I'm a Kendrick fan. So when you have Damn came out in 2017, and then we get to the normal schedule of Kendrick, I'm thinking around 2019, 2020, I can expect a Kendrick album. It didn't come. So I'm like, okay, well, we on that's 2 year, 3 year clock. And I'm like, okay, well, I get it. We just dealt with a whole pandemic. But still, where's Kendrick at? So then when we finally turn around and get Kendrick, and I listen to the album and I don't like the album, I'm like, bro, I waited 5 years for this. And that's just where it was in my mind. So with Cardi B, she runs the risk of that with the like I know a lot of times you can be afraid to put out because a lot of artists mess up with their sophomore album, especially when your freshman album was so good. This is one of the things that um Young Jeezy back in my time. Young Jeezy had Trap or Die, Thug Motivation 101. Excuse me. Thug Motivation 101 was an incredible album. Then you turn around and get the Inspiration. It's too much stuff on there, like too much of a difference. I'm like, I don't understand what he was trying to take me with this. Like I was expecting the same hits, and it's like you just changed up like dramatically, and that causes that sophomore slump. But sometimes you just got to go ahead and do it just to get it out there, because if she drops an album and it's not good, people are not going to be as patient with her simply because people waited 6 years. Like, and the thing is she done put enough singles out to have an album. So, like, yeah, what are you waiting for? But anywho, let's get to my Kendrick love. Let's get to my Kendrick love. Number one. So I saw this not too long ago. Um, I didn't actually look at the list, but I saw this being number one on the list. And I'm not mad at this at all. This is one of my favorite songs of all time. Like if I had to compile a list, and I'm not even talking about a hip hop list, favorite songs of all time. If I had to compile a list of my favorite songs of all time, this song right here, I believe is gonna be top, definitely top, definitely top 25. And when I say that, it kind of throws some people off, and some people take it as disrespect. Top 25 is not chump at all. I'm just saying that as me saying that I know that it would be top 25, but I'm pretty sure that it would be top 10 if I had to compile a list of everything, not just everything, hip hop, R&B, gospel, blues, all of it. I think that this song, because this is literally a modern day Negro spiritual. Now, I can I get it. Older generation may not know so, but you don't know what it means to us. Like, just all you got to do is talk. Like with this song, when people used to put Kendrick up there and say that he's a great storyteller, so he's one of the best storytelling rappers. I used to kind of combat it a little bit, but then as you listen with a different ear, you start to realize that songs like "All Right" are it's him telling a story. You listen to that first verse, it's not he's not talking about something from the perspective of him. He's talking about from somebody else's perspective. He's talking about the things that people do within the black community, but at the end of the day, we're doing this stuff seeking something that it does not it's not satisfied. But then turns around and brings it home and says that, even though I got all of these things going on around me, as long as I got God, I'm gonna be all right. And I'm not talking from the the Christian perspective of me. I'm talking from the black perspective of me because Christianity and blackness is intertwined to an extent, but a lot of times it be that form of godliness. So this is out of that. And even when we get to the second verse, he's talking about, and that whole album was really talking about that. But he's talking about the fact that if you go get with the devil, then I can get some stuff. You sell your soul, then I can get some more stuff and I can take care of some of that stuff that I was talking about in verse one. But you know what? I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna stick with God and we're gonna be all right. I love the message of this song. So many people like this song came, and this is one of the reasons why a lot of people would consider him to be conscious. Because Kendrick, if we really sit down and break it down, Kendrick is not what we would consider to be a conscious artist. Because when you think of the conscious community within the black community, you're talking about someone that is seriously pro-black and dedicates their life to the advancement of black people. And I can't necessarily say that Kendrick is that. But the thing is the reason why you can call him conscious is because when you have a sea of booty shaking, drug dealing, all of that type of stuff, just to have someone who is talking about stuff that the community is facing and how do we fix it and stuff like that, that's how he gets wrapped into that. And for him to release this song before we started going through some dark days in this country as black individuals, and for this song to rise to the forefront of that, like, he couldn't have dropped this song at a more perfect time. And even with that, this song literally dropped before Trump. This song dropped before the pandemic and all of the Breonna Taylors, the George Floyd's and Philando Castile. Um, it dropped before all that, and this song became the song of the movement. So, like, for anyone that would sit back here and say that this is not a Negro spiritual, you just don't understand. You don't understand millennials and Gen X. Like, this is I put this right out there with Wade in the water. But anywho, like, I definitely agree with this song being right here where it is. Number one. I don't necessarily know that I would call this the best song of the streaming era, but it's definitely up there for contention. This song definitely gets heavy rotation within my Apple Music. I don't have Spotify, but I rock with Spotify. I distribute my podcast through Spotify. So hey, I'm not hosting. Back when I used to podcast, the first time you had to pay to host RSS feed. So for me to be able to do it for free through Spotify, I rock with it. Um, but yeah, I just like the I just like Apple. Um, but yeah, we end up going other places. Um, so I don't have to add the filler. I will leave that NCAA topic in there for Monday's show. Now, I don't know why I just been feeling like going live. I've been feeling like going live every day this week, so I made it a concerted effort to come in here and go live. I don't know how long it will continue. I think I might do it tomorrow though. But when I do this, I don't know what time I'm jumping on here. But as far as and I'm playing with the algorithms right now. Like so I've been doing a lot of replays. So you'll see me do a replay. Like yesterday I did a replay at 12. I think today I did a replay at 9. And the thing is I just want to play around with the algorithm and just kind of see what's going on with that. Um so yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I do think that I'm just working and trying to figure some stuff out. Let me get this out of here. So keep clicking on the wrong one. Um, that's what I'm doing. So I do believe that I'm going to continue doing this, but I just want to let people know when I do this, this is sporadic. This is when everything in my house comes down. Both kids asleep, wife is asleep. I come sneak in here and do what consider to be some work, whether that be editing videos for reels or me doing this. So that's what I come in and doing as far as me doing these replays. Like, so I'm gonna just keep doing these live streams for right now, just so that I can do these replays and just collect data. But as far as the actual podcast, where we do the live stream terms and conditions, that's Monday at 8 o'clock. We try to get in here for 8 o'clock. Sometimes we may run a little late and being here at 8:05. I think we got in the other day at like 8:25 because we had something go on. So, but I'm gonna be here regardless. But Monday is the time that I set aside to be away from family to do this. Other other times it's just me purely coming in here and doing it on my own. Again, I apologize for my voice being like that earlier. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I might end up having to cut some of that out for the replay, because I can imagine that was weird to deal with. And man, look, before James came in here, it was a bunch of y'all that popped in here and popped out. Why y'all couldn't do what James did? All y'all had to do is say, "Hey, bro, something going on with your voice." Like y'all couldn't do that for me. My son, you can see. I didn't even realize that it was in the screen, but you got my board right here. And so my son will come in here and like even now, I didn't realize that I was a little bit hotter than what I was supposed to be. My son comes in here and plays with all these knobs and faders and things of that nature. And so um here you got like on these pads I got where I can put the stuff. And I'm sorry, that was super loud because like I said, he come in here and mess with this. So I normally have it about there or even lower, and you got that right there. So what I can also do is I can
Do my voice like this and it be super deep. That's to disguise my voice.
I can no, I don't want to do that. Well, I mean, yeah, it can do it like a megaphone. I can but it's one more in here too. I can
pitch it up. So I can do that. And it's another one. It's a couple of them,
I
man.
didn't even realize that.
Like a monster, I guess, but I don't know what the difference in between that and disguise from earlier.
Yeah, and you have these things that I can do, and my son comes in here and just tap all of these buttons, just go crazy with them and move all this stuff around. And so really and truly, I need to just make sure this thing is turned off before he comes in here, but he enjoys playing with it and I don't deny him of that. So But I need to do a better job of checking these things. But because if I don't, then you end up getting 30 minutes of me talking. Um, like I'm calling somebody to make a threat or calling somebody to do a prank phone call, and that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to do work. So yeah, I apologize for that, and I apologize in advance if I do decide to keep that in there for the replay tomorrow. I apologize to y'all in the future also. So with that, I think that we are out of here. To all the ones that came in and conversed with me today, I appreciate that. That goes a long way. That helps. So I definitely appreciate that. And as far as everything else, I will holler at y'all tomorrow. Y'all take care.